He started converting them. They started becoming, if this one comes, they say, I'm Shehu now. Ogunjimi come back. He say, I'm Shehu. Shehu, Abdul Fatai. I am this one, Shehu. That one, Shehu. That was how Alimi converted Afonja soldiers by teaching them Quran and giving them this air, and then use them, okay, to defeat Afonja himself, destroy him, and turn Ilorin, a Yoruba land, to a Fulani headquarters in Yoruba land today. That was what they did to the Hausas in northern Nigeria. Okay? Uthman Dan Fodio was just this juju seller, Quranic teacher, okay, who now managed to convert so many Hausas and others to believe that their religion, their tradition is so wrong and they must be destroyed. And indeed they did. They destroyed as many as they could. That is the story. That is Nigeria history. That is the Fulani history. That is the Emirate, the Sultanate history in Nigeria. None of that existed until 19th century Nigeria. I hope, now let's proceed. Immediately, Gandollar said it's removed. Sanusi received it with pleasure, and immediately he moved out of Kano. Himself, his family, they were banished to Lagos since that time. And this is how that happened. A throwback again.
Mun gode, mun rabu da ku cikin farin ciki, mun rabu da ku cikin kwanciyar hankali, mun rabu da ku cikin godiya. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Kai dan gobe ka kiyaye shi kai to wannan buro mana
wannan rayuwa yana na Sheikh Suraj. ban zo da wayata ba kuma na ga kai bidiyo a ne live
So he continued to, to carry on. He lived in Lagos since that time. But immediately he was removed. He had few things to say in his darkest hour. And this was it.
Friends, family, and I don't think anyone is surprised that once I knew I was going to leave the throne, my first choice was my mind just moved to Lagos, because this is where
You grew up.
what is he only say?
That's where Uncle Wale is.
That's where Uncle Wale is. Yes. I'm working 20 is where Achedo is, where all my friends are. Okay.
So it's in a sense it's always been home to me. Now when I talk to family and friends on these matters, it's always difficult, but this is very simple. And maybe what I should do is share a story of a conversation with my daughter, the oldest daughter, when we were flown to Abuja and we're about to go to Nasarawa, and they met me at the airport. And she came and was crying and crying. I said, well, why are you crying? So I said to her, look, in our families we believe that God decides who will be a king. He also decides the day you will be the king and the day you will stop being king. So let's assume and take it for granted that those dates have been fixed by God from 8th of June 2014 to 9th March 2020. So that's a question. Said if God had said to you on 9th March 2020 that today is the end of your father's reign, and you have two options. One option is I take his life and he dies on the throne. The other option is I take the throne away but leave him alive and healthy. Which one would you pick? And she said, I would rather have you alive. I said, so why are you crying? I would not spend one day beyond 9th of March, because that was the end of my term. Somebody else was going to be Emir. And it was either, I've always said it's either you die or you leave. And if you're given life and you don't know how many more years, and given health, and you don't know what else you're going to do, it's just an opportunity to add more things to what you've done in your life. I've been CEO of First Bank, I've been Governor of Central Bank, I've been Emir of Kano. I don't know what I'm going to be next. So it's just, that's it, another phase. And I think if you take this at, I'm not going to stop anything. I have a LASU convocation lecture I'm going to chair on the 6th of March. I'm going, any fixed events I have, I will turn up at my events, continue my work Babongona, continue my work on QIBP, continue my work on 1 million teachers, on the SDGs, nothing has changed other than that I don't sit on that throne and I don't ride horses, which I've done for
You can still ride horses. You can still ride horses.
And all that. So for me, I think we should have a very, very positive attitude to this, and we should always never ever define ourselves by positions or by what or by processions. And maybe you remember the famous confrontation I had with the Senate committee when I told them, my name is Sanusi, I'm Sanusi, not CBN governor. You know, so you X this, X that, X this, X that. But at the end of the day, you've got to be something yourself, and you've got to be known for who you are. And I look back and I say, look, how many people have the opportunity of seeing when they've ruled? How many people have a chance to know what their people really thought of them? And I think it's a great blessing for me to see what Kano people thought of my success. Because at the end of the day, I was Emir of the people of Kano, not the Emir of the government of Kano. If the people of Kano love me and the government doesn't like me, I'm an Emir. I would rather have that than be loved by the government and hated by the people.
So that was him. And even though that was his first reaction, but we believe that the scheme to get him back continues afterward, because Gandollar eventually kicked Kwakwansop out of APC. Okay, he became Kwakwansop's #1 enemy too, and they too were like, he was never going to be re-elected or become a governor again. Then he rigged himself in with the help of Bokwari and this Yakubu Mahmoud. So he was rigged back in. That was when he came for, what do you call it? That was when he came for Kwakwansop himself. He made it to the point that Kwakwansop doesn't visit Kano anymore until Gandollar left and was defeated in 2023. So another guy, because they have this Kwakwansop, they call themselves Kwakwansias. Okay, it's like a political movement of, you know, sort of politically impoverished people in a way that it is rankadede. Because according to them, this person is taking care of them more than you can imagine. So they will continue to give Kwakwanso his own flower. Then Abba Yusuf became the contender against the anointed candidate of Gandollar in 2023. Last, Shadi lost. The Emirate created by Gandollar was expected to have been, dissolved. They won that Abba Yusuf became the Kano state governor. But there was Supreme Court's case still hanging. And then Gandollar kind of got promoted and became the APC chairman. A position he believes will kind of further shield him from any blowback from his actions when he was governor of Kano. But it's not helping. Abba Yusuf launched the corruption investigation, investigation of Gandollar's time, and they've established who Gandollar got all those bribes from, and how he siphoned them. So he's currently standing trial for that. The next is the Emirate, where today the State House of Assembly came back and said the status quo remains, and Gandollar's newly created Emirates, they do not exist. The current Emir can go find something else to do. The party is over. This was this afternoon by their governor.
Let me zoom from here.
And that's the governor signing the law or the bill passed into law by the State House of Assembly, controlled by the NNPP. And this time around, it is with immediate effects. And yeah, the table has turned. All of you, one true emperor, and who else again said we must abolish traditional institutions. That a lot of you are not angry today with how the politicians are playing about with what you call your traditional institutions. They are the ones who can decide who is your king and who is not going to be your king. You know that, eh? And that is why they call them the political kings or political obas. This is how it goes. So, and a lot of people believe that these guys have now outlived their relevance, except for them being used to further tame and control the people while they share in the largesse of the public looting. So they are relevant. They're no longer relevant anymore. I don't think so. In Kano, they are waiting for Sanusi to return. I got this somewhere. Yeah, that's that. And indeed, to those of you who are currently pushing for this, your one Nigeria, and you have no idea that the criminal politicians in Nigeria can turn day to night just to have their way in anything. Yeah. Oh, okay. Talking about this, guys. Do you know that the National Assembly of Nigeria, they spent 25 minutes to debate a bill that you and I will probably, you are hearing it for the first time, okay? To debate a bill of returning Nigeria back to the old national anthem in 25 minutes, and then 10 minutes in the Senate before they quickly pass it. About bill to change Nigeria anthem to old one, Nigeria We Hail Thee, right? Was moved, and it passed the first reading, second reading, third reading, and then passed approval. Now they're just waiting for somebody to sign it. Then it becomes law, and you will no longer be singing "Arise, O Compassion, Nigeria Tikolobi." You won't be singing that anymore. But let me give you a background story about the Nigeria national anthem. Okay, during independence, do you mind if I take a tea break? I'll come back and tell you the story. So important, right? And then if you haven't liked this broadcast, could you take a moment and just like, yeah? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Is that you? 70 years old man. Is that you?
Jesus is Lord.
70 years old man.
So, in 1959, the British colonialists who saw Nigeria and Nigerians as toddlers, tatas, kindergartens, who can't really think for themselves per se, that they had to contract a lady called Lillian Jane William, that's her name. Lillian was contracted to compose national anthem for a new country called Nigeria. And then she came up with some of these words, but who was the person who helped them to turn it into a tune that they had to teach Nigerians to be singing? You know, so it was another French called Bada. I think, yeah, she's called Bada, something like that. That's her name. That's the person who creates the tune or turn the words of Jane William, turned her words into songs, and they now taught Nigerians at the independence on how to sing their new anthem. It was Obasanjo, after the Civil War, the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, that later came back and commissioned the Nigerians themselves this time around to put their hearts and their soul into what they think should be the national anthem of Nigeria. That was when Nigeria moved from Nigeria we hail thee to arise, O compassion, Nigeria Kolube. Yeah. Do you even know the Nigeria we hail thee anthem? I think I have a copy. So that's what this Nigeria National Assembly, in a space of 1 hour, among all the problems facing Nigeria, they were able to think about the anthem, and they choose their slave master's anthem again, and it passed.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own native land. No tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, tall and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be our symbol, that truth and justice reign. In peace, over to honor, and this spirit of us gain. To honor to our children, our banner we all sing. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed.
Nuisance lele.
You they read the words. Are you on catch feelings? Are you catching feelings? Now when you go right arm. So if you they read them, they are like talking to you and say, oh, this land shall be blessed. We are brotherhood. Tribe, although tribe and tongue may differ, we are brothers still. You decrease. Our tongue differ. How we can't take be brothers? Colonial mentality. They are all blacks. Just put them together. Oh, they don't speak the same language. It doesn't matter. Put them together. Let them work together as brothers. So yeah, they passed that just within an hour. Okay. I don't know whatever they pass in that place. I don't know how much of effect they have on you still, because Nigeria is a lawless place. They make so many laws, and all of that. They waste so many times and on absurdities. Okay, that's what they say. They say Nigerians major in minor and they minor in major. Irrelevant is where they kind of have energy, but what is so important is where you see them procrastinating. Right? Are you sure? Are you sure this thing is going to work like this? Well, I have my own okay, what do you think will work? I don't know. God will help us, Jare. Are you sure this your idea will work like this? Because I'm not sure. Because you see, maybe we should pray. Let's pray to God and guide us so that God can guide us. You be mad. You be mad, man. You can't think for yourself.